Hello, my name is Saavedra, and I would just like to share a little bit of my experience working in the medical field during this pandemic. First of all, the first experience was fear, was a lot of doubt, a lot of, we felt like we were not secure with like the stuff that we have to wear, like our masks, gloves. We started panicking with the little things like that. But as the days kept going, like the next day I got to work, and the first thing that I saw was nothing but my coworkers just like crying, and everybody was just panicking. And so I started communicating with them, wanting to know what was going on. And the first thing that I heard from them was that we had a patient that was exposed, and we didn't know the results by then, but we were waiting on them, and it was a possibility that this patient could have been a positive patient for COVID-19. So as we were there, I started panicking myself. My human flesh I couldn't help to not feel worried. But at the time, I also try to remind myself that I was different, that my mentality had to be different, that my heart had to be different towards all this chaos going on. And suddenly, my first thing to do was to just start messaging the girls from RT, and I started asking for prayer, and asking for prayer because the girls, I have a couple of girls that work with me, and they're pregnant, and this is their first babies, and one of them actually has been wanting to become pregnant for such a long time, and this is the time for her. And it was just so sad to see her crying so much because she felt very exposed, not only her health, but her child as well, and for her first one. And so I started asking for prayer, and suddenly, as I continued working, I felt this peace at my job, and I felt the peace in my coworkers. And just before the day ended, we all got to find out that that patient was negative for COVID-19. And that was an amazing experience because we had also declared that even that result was going to come out negative. I also had another experience where it was a Saturday morning, and I felt really sick. I started coughing. I started feeling like shortness of breath, and I felt my body like it was just burning, like it was on fire. And I was panicking, and right away I told my children, you know what, just try and keep away from my room. I had told them I was gonna isolate myself and just stay in my room, and I started crying. And it was hard because I knew that I had people around me that were already positive with COVID-19, and to know that maybe it could have been me, it was just so hard to just think of what I would do with my loved ones. Where would I send them, or what would I do? And I ended up checking myself. I had to keep myself calm and just act as if I was treating someone else. So I started checking my temperature, and I fell asleep. I felt very, very tired out of a sudden, and I just fell asleep. And out of nowhere, my daughter Jalen walks in the room, and even though I had given her the instructions of not walking in and just not opening that door at all, she just walked in out of a sudden, and I was so tired. I had fallen asleep that she came to me and woke me up with a kiss on my forehead. And as soon as she gave me a kiss, I opened my eyes, and the first thing I see is her, and I panicked. But the first thing she told me right away was like, "Mom, stop." she's like, I just wanted to tell you that you are not sick, you are healthy. And that she just impact me at that moment, and I just believed it, and I said, I can't receive this. I can't start feeling like this. I can't let this just bring me down like this. And right away I snapped out of it, and I started praying on that. And it's just been such a hard moment, a hard times. It's like, feeling wise, it's been an overwhelming moment, and it's been like a roller coaster. But at the same time, I could say that I also see the blessings. I also see the heart of people when they're in the clinic, and they're about to leave, and they come to me and they say, and they say how grateful they are, and I could feel their genuine thank you. And I could see how much they need that help, how much they need for us to move them, to touch them, to just care for them, and show them the love, and see them as their need, and not like a walking virus. And that just really touches my heart, and that's just what keeps me going and keeps me pushing, and gives me that feeling that I have been called for this, and I have been prepared for this, and that's what keeps me just going to keep on helping them, and just taking all my precautions, not only for my patients, not only for my co-workers, not only for my children or family, but also for myself.